Thanks for tuning in this week of Player Pass. I'm your host, Will. Today, we're going to talk about the movie Discovery. Before we get into that, I'll give you a recap about what I do. I pick an independent film from a streaming source of my discretion that week. This week I chose Netflix, but Netflix, Hulu, etc., whatever. I'll let you know where I'll find it. I'll let you know where you can watch it. Next, I'll talk about the film, let you know what I didn't like about it, what I did like about it, and then I'll give you a play or a pass. If it's a play, just go watch it, enjoy the film. If there's a pass, I'll make 3 recommendations to watch instead. An old film, a modern film, and another independent film in the same vein or idea or thought process of the movie I'm reviewing today. So, without further ado, we're going to talk about The Discovery. Now, The Discovery stars Jason Segel, Robert Redford, and Rooney Mara. Jason Segel, as you know, is from How I Met Your Mother. Robert Redford needs no introduction. He's been in tons of movies throughout the, decades. And Rooney Mara, her biggest film that I liked was The Side Effect. Not a huge fan of her, but The Side Effect was an awesome film. So, just as a side note, you should go watch that too, if you haven't seen it. I'm happy to see Jason Segel on the silver screen. This is my first time seeing him in a movie. I'm not sure if he's been in any other movies beside this, but he did a really good job. And I'm really happy to see him make that transition from, the TV to the movies. And hopefully I'll see him in some big budget blockbusters here soon. But I digress. Give you a brief synopsis of the film. Robert Redford plays a scientist who's discovered that, with beyond an absolute doubt, there is an afterlife when you die. Now, he doesn't know what the afterlife is, but he proved that a consciousness does leave the body and go to another plane of reality. This causes world craziness. People just start killing themselves left and right to get to this afterlife, whatever they believe the afterlife to be, or their personal belief in the afterlife. His son, Jason Segel, decides he's had enough of it, and he wants his father to go out publicly and say he was wrong, so people stop killing themselves like crazy. On his way to his home, he meets a girl, Rooney Mara, and they start their whole romance, adventure, etc., etc. And that's kind of where the story takes off. I don't want to say any more. I don't want to give away too much. I don't want to say too much. But it's pretty much a romantic drama with a little bit of sci-fi. It's more drama than sci-fi, which I was a little disappointed about, but I'm a big fan of drama too, so that wasn't that big of a deal. I would have liked to have seen them go into more of the science about what they were doing. They showed the machines, they talked a little bit about, their ideas and the theories and whatnot, but they really didn't go into any practical science, which I feel like any excellent sci-fi film will have ties in actual science, even though it's obviously not plausible at this point in time, but to have the actual ties to real science, I think is a big part to make a sci-fi movie great. But like I said, this was mostly drama, so that wasn't that big of a hit to the film. Other bad thing about the film, I wouldn't even say bad thing, is that I'm just not a huge Rooney Mara fan. I think she's okay. Other people might like her. It's just, personal preference. You might have seen her in other things and say, hey, she's awesome. Me personally, I didn't find her to be that interesting or great. Her character was okay, but it was kind of a cookie cutter, vocal fry, type girl, woman, emo. It just, her character wasn't very well developed. The only character, honestly, in my opinion, that really wasn't developed well in the film. She just seemed like a stuck in teen angst, and it was really weird for, an adult woman to kind of be in a teenager mindset. But like I said, it was just a small distraction, wasn't anything huge. What I did like about the movie, the acting, besides her, was pretty good. For an independent film, obviously Robert Redford, he's very skilled, he's very talented. The other supporting cast will be familiar faces. I'm not going to go into details of who they are, but when you see them, you'll say, oh yeah, I've seen them in a bunch of movies, they've been in this, they've been in that, blah, blah, blah. They all did a very, very good job, and they definitely carried the story along. There wasn't a point where I was bored and I wasn't interested in what was happening to the characters. Mainly Jason Segel. I wanted to see, what he'd discover, how he would, kind of find himself in what he wanted to do. And how they ended it, I'm not going to say it was a twist or a plot twist, but what was really going on, I didn't see coming. I didn't expect that to be the case. I was of a mindset pretty much the entire film until they revealed what was really going on. And it was kind of like, well, that's an interesting way to look at the afterlife. And I'll just leave it at that because I don't want to give any more away. I did forget to mention, though, this was directed by Charlie McDowell. Don't know really much about him, but I did want to throw that in there because I did forget to mention it. I'm probably going to look him up, more information about him later, because I don't look at reviews or anything when I watch these films. I watch them, and then I come and I talk about it because I don't really want to read anything else and be influenced by that. This is kind of my pure thoughts immediately after writing the film and taking notes and, going over my own mindset with what I like. So, obviously, since there weren't very many dislikes, we're going to have to go ahead and give this a play. So, like I said, you can find this on Netflix. It is a Netflix exclusive in the independent film section. Once again, it's called The Discovery, and go out and watch it today. It was a great film, and thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you next week.